Hi, my name is David Leatherwood, and I am a missionary in Rwanda, East Africa. What I do as a missionary is I mobilize believers here in Rwanda to love their neighbors in the countries that are close by, whether it's the DRC or Burundi or other places in Africa. And some of the risks that we face here, there's some diseases here that you don't get in America that we kind of have to watch out for, malaria, typhoid, amoebic dysentery, that kind of thing, that isn't really a problem in the U.S., but it can be a pretty big problem here. So that's something that we do have to watch out for. Another risk that we face is that there can be some political instability here that we don't really have in America. We don't have the same kinds of freedoms. We kind of have to watch what we say sometimes. And so it's a risk that we take. So I guess the question, why do we do this? Well, I've always been a missionary. I was born on the mission field and raised on the mission field. And so I met Jesus when I was very young. And I have experienced the sweetness of life with Christ. And I just think it's a tragedy to live life without him, and to think of an eternity spent without being with him, without living in communion with perfect love. I think that is a tragedy, and so I want to tell as many people as possible. I want to let as many people know as possible that they have a Heavenly Father who loves them and who wants to welcome them into his kingdom. And do life with them. This has affected my family in several ways. I mean, one of the ways is that we are a bit isolated, especially with the coronavirus. We're far from family and friends, and it's not as easy, to hop on a plane and go back home if something were to happen. So we miss family, we miss friends, we miss our church, we miss being in our familiar culture and some of the comforts and conveniences that come along with living in America. And my family has had to sacrifice quite a bit in order to be here and to share the love of Jesus with our neighbors and with the countries around us. So I'm married to my wife, Vicky, and then we have 4 kids who are 9, 7, 5, and 4. And they're great kids. They've really made the transition to Rwanda really well, and they're doing great, and I'm really proud of them. Finally, what joy do I get out of it? I was at a baptism a few months ago in February before this whole coronavirus thing happened, and there was a family of Muslims who gave their lives to Jesus, and they were being baptized, and that brought so much joy to my heart to see people make the decision to follow Christ and to know that their lives are going to be changed forever. That brings me so much joy, and just the thought of seeing people embrace love and embrace care for their neighbor, that just brings joy to my heart to see that take root and change people's lives.